Good morning and welcome to the Morning Breath Livestream, where we start our day with coherence. I'm your host, Jeremy Tennell, systems designer and coherence coach. This is week 9, day 45 of our 14-week journey entitled The Path of Personal Transformation. And it is Friday. The sun is actually rising as we speak. The light has come back into the world as we've passed winter solstice and through equinox. Last night was a full moon. My garden is beginning to take shape. All the seedlings are planted. Yeah, things are moving right along in springtime. The birds are chirping this morning. I'm up every day at about 4:30 preparing for this, and the birds are already chirping. It's really, really pretty astonishing, the changes that have happened in the past 9 weeks. So today we stop practicing and we start naming. At some point, this stops being something you do and becomes someone you are. Not perfectly, not constantly, but consistently enough that it changes how you move through the world. Because if you're still thinking, I'm trying to be more aware, I'm working on regulating, I'm practicing this, you're close, but you haven't claimed it yet. There was a shift in me where this work stopped feeling like an effort and started feeling like a responsibility. Not responsibility to be perfect, but a responsibility to not abandon what I now know, to not go back just because it's easier, to not pretend I don't see what I see now. Because once awareness is there, you don't get to unknow it. And that's when it changes from I'm working on this to this is who I am now. Identity is built through repetition, not intention, not understanding, not even belief, but behavior, repeated consistently over time, whether that is positive or negative. And you've been doing that for 9 weeks. You've practiced awareness. You've practiced regulation. You've observed patterns. You've made different choices. You've learned systems language. So the question is no longer, can I do this? The question is, am I ready to identify as someone who does? Because identity changes how you decide. If you see yourself as someone trying to be disciplined, you negotiate, you justify, and you fall in and out because of that simple word, try. But if you see yourself as someone who shows up, you don't debate, you act. Not because it's easy, but because it's aligned. Identity moves from friction by removing the question. From a systems perspective, healthy identity stabilizes behavior. With unhealthy and ungrounded identity, change is inconsistent. What it looks like is input turns into effort and then drift, which causes you to reset in one way or another. But with a healthy identity, where you're owning who you are in this practice, the pattern locks in. Your input reinforces who you are through identity, which in turn changes how you respond and creates a positive reinforcement loop. That becomes the new baseline for you, not something you try to maintain, something that maintains itself. Culturally, we've been taught and encouraged in practice and behaviors that cultivate a deeply destructive identity. Screens and the content on them are identity erectors, created to build systems for consumers. They encourage the construction of walls that we can hide our digitally aligned selves behind. They orient us towards behaviors of self-destruction with the promise of feeling safer, belonging, and gratification. Less pressure, less expectation, more pleasure, more consumption. This is keeping you in a constant state of flux and transition. At some point, you have to decide, am I chasing an identity that is sold to me, that is fed to me, or am I building a healthy identity upon my actions and positive personal practice? If you've been here for the past 9 weeks, that's exactly what you've been doing. And now it's time to own it. So today, I want you to name it, not aspirationally, not like some sort of ideal, but honestly. What has changed in you? What do you do now that you didn't before? What do you see now that you couldn't see before? because this isn't hypothetical anymore. This is lived. It's in you. I want you to find some time with your journals to explore those questions and then follow up with this. Who am I now that I wasn't 9 weeks ago? And where am I still hesitating to claim that identity fully? This is the moment. This is the moment where you move from practice to practitioner. Claim it. Let's move into find yourself a comfortable seat, feet on the floor, shift your hips, place your hand over your heart. We're targeting our heart intelligence to connect it with our cognitive brain, logical intelligence. Roll your shoulders back. Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, again through your nose, out through your mouth. And let's breathe in through our nose for about 6 seconds. 6. Again, relax your forehead, yourself with the inhale. Expand with the exhale. Begin your gratitude list in your mind as you breathe. Thankful for today. Continue that pattern for the next few minutes. Stay with it. Keep going. This is where the benefits begin to kick in. 6 seconds in, 6 seconds out. Then, if this resonates with you, stay with the work. But more importantly, start standing in it. This isn't something you practice anymore. This is something you carry. Take a breath, own it. I'll see you Monday, 5:30 in the morning, where we start week 10 as practitioners. Have a good weekend.